Did you know that one of the most famous actors in the world, who's known for his roles in blockbuster movies, has black ancestry? Yes, I'm talking about the one and only Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His father was none other than WWE Hall of Famer Rocky Johnson, which may come as a surprise to many of you. Stick around because today we're diving into 12 celebrities you didn't know were black. And trust me, some of these will blow your mind.
A claps.
Hey T Squad, welcome back to the ColorMePynk channel. It's your girl Keisha, and today we're uncovering some fascinating stories about celebrities you might not have known have black heritage. In Hollywood, race and identity can be super confusing, so let's shed some light on these stars and their diverse backgrounds. Get ready to be intrigued as we explore this amazing list of celebrities who are biracial. American singer, dancer, and film actress in the 1930s and 1940s, Donna Drake, born Eunice Westmoreland, was typically cast in ethnic roles, including Latin American and Middle Easterners. Drake often presented herself as Mexican and went by the name Una Novella and Rita Novella. As Rita Ria, she led a touring all-girl orchestra in the early 1940s, also known as Donna Drake and her girl band. Born in Miami, Florida on November 15, 1914 to Joseph Andrew Westmoreland Sr. and Novella Nee Smith, she had 4 siblings. It has been said that Drake was likely African American with some white heritage from her father's side. Merle Oberon, born Estelle Merle O'Brien Thompson on February 19, 1911, was a British actress who began her film career in British films as Anne Boleyn in The Private Life of Henry V. After her success in The Scarlet Pimpernel, she traveled to the United States to make films for Samuel Goldwyn. She was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance in The Dark Angel. Oberon hid her mixed heritage out of fear of discrimination and the impact it would have on her career. For most of her life, Merle protected herself by concealing the truth about her parentage, claiming that she had been born in Tasmania, Australia, and that her birth records had been destroyed in a fire. Frederica Carolyn, aka Freddie Washington, born December 23, 1903, was an American stage and film actress, civil rights activist, performer, and writer. Washington was of African American descent. She was one of the first Black Americans to gain recognition for film and stage work in the 1920s and 1930s. Washington was active in the Harlem Renaissance during the 1920s to 1930s. Her best-known film role was as Peola in Imitation of Life. She plays a young, light-skinned black woman who decides to pass as white. Her last film role was in 1 Mile from Heaven in 1937. After that, she left Hollywood and returned to New York to work in theater and civil rights activism. Carol Channing, known mostly for her role as clever matchmaker Dolly Levi in Broadway's Hello, Dolly musical, was part black and spoke often of the need to pass to achieve success. This actress, singer, comedian, and dancer was a fixture on Broadway and on television, appearing in guest roles on shows including Sesame Street, The Muppet Show, The Love Boat, RuPaul's Drag Race, and more. In her autobiography, Just Lucky I Guess, published in 2002, Channing revealed that she was in fact part African American. According to Wikipedia, Channing's mother, Adelaide Glazer, was German Jewish, and her father, George Christian Channing, was African American and German. Her father was a journalist and a Christian Scientist. In an interview with former talk show host Larry King in 2002, Channing described her reaction to learning her father was half black. When I found out, I was 16 years old and my mother told me, and only the reaction on me was, gee, I got the greatest genes in show business. Every time I start to sing or dance, I know it and I'm proud of it. She revealed in another interview that her mother told her about her father's heritage because she didn't want her to be surprised if she had a black baby. Actress Jennifer Beals grew up in Chicago to an Irish American mother, a primary school teacher, and her African American father, a shop owner who died when she was 9. In an interview, Beals told the Chicago Sun-Times she was acutely aware that I was different. As the light-skinned daughter of a black father and a Caucasian mother, Beals said at times she endured taunts of whitey in Chatham, a predominantly African-American Chicago neighborhood. It was very odd to have somebody who was white coming into the South Side neighborhood, Beals said of growing up there in the 1960s and early 1970s. Beals detailed her thinking about her racial identity during a 2004 award acceptance speech in Los Angeles. As I got a little older and I was more aware of television and magazines, I searched for images of girls that looked like me, Beals said. As a biracial girl growing up in Chicago, there wasn't a lot there, positive or otherwise. I mean, I had Spock, and that was kind of it. And I think my theme song was Cher's Half Breed. Prison Break star Wentworth Miller's father is African American, Jamaican, German, and English, and his mother is Russian, Swedish, French, Dutch, Syrian, and Lebanese. Troyan Avery Bossario received her breakthrough role as Spencer Hastings in the freeform drama series Pretty Little Liars. Troyan, hope I'm saying her name right, was born and raised in Los Angeles. Her parents are producers Deborah Pratt and Donald P. Bossario. Her father created Magnum P.I., Quantum Leap, and NCIS, among other TV series. Her father is of Italian and Serbian descent, and her mother is of African American descent. Singer Halsey continues to use her platform to speak out against racial injustice. Halsey is acknowledging her privilege as a biracial woman who is white passing. In response to a now deleted tweet where someone accused her of never claiming her black side, the singer explained, "I'm white passing. It's not my place to say we. It's my place to help." Halsey, whose mother is white and father is black, continued, "I am in pain for my family, but nobody is going to unalive me based on my skin color. I've always been proud of who I am, but it'd be an absolute disservice to say we when I'm not susceptible to the same violence. I'm white passing. I've accepted that about myself and have never tried to control anything about black culture that's not mine," she said. "I look like a white girl, but I don't feel like one. I'm a black woman," she continued. "So it's weird navigating that." Peter Louis Kingston Wentz III, born June 5th, 1979, is an American musician who is the bassist and lyricist for the rock band Fall Out Boy. Pete Wentz was born in Wilmette, Illinois, an affluent suburb of Chicago. His parents are Dale Wentz, a high school admissions counselor, and Pete Wentz II, an attorney. Wentz is of English and German descent on his father's side and Afro-Jamaican descent on his mother's side. His maternal grandfather, Arthur Winston Lewis, served as the U.S. ambassador to Sierra Leone. Arthur Winston Lewis' cousin was General Colin Powell. Wentz's parents met in the 1970s while campaigning for Joe Biden's senatorial run. Cash Warren is an American film producer and assistant to Fantastic Four and Taxi director Tim Story. Cash is the son of actor Michael Warren, who played Officer Bobby Hill on the NBC television series Hill Street Blues. He played basketball for the UCLA Bruins, winning 2 national titles and earning first-team All-American honors. Cash met his future wife, Jessica Alba, during filming of Fantastic Four in August 2004. He and Jessica Alba got married in May of 2008 and have had 3 children together. Daniel Sunjata Khandan, born December 30th, 1971, is an American actor who performs in film, television, and theater. He is known for his role as Franco Riviera in the FX television series Rescue Me. Daniel was born and raised in Evanston, Illinois, a suburb north of Chicago. He is the adopted son of Bill and Catherine Condon, a police dispatcher and a civil rights worker. His adoptive parents are of Irish and Italian German descent. He is named in honor of the Mandinka king Sundiata Keita, founder of the Mali Empire. The name means hungry lion. He was told his biological mother was a white teenager who had run away from home, and his father was African American. You may also recognize Daniel from playing Dante on Power Book 2 Ghost. Christopher Nathan Humphreys, born February 6, 1985, is an American retired professional basketball power forward who played in the National Basketball Association. He played in the NBA for the Utah Jazz, Toronto Raptors, Dallas Mavericks, New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets, Boston Celtics, Washington Wizards, Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks from 2004 to 2016. Chris is half African American from his father's side, and you might also remember him because he was married to Kim Kardashian for a total of 72 days. Sophia Richie, daughter of legendary R&B singer Lionel Richie, spoke on being biracial in 2016 during a Vanity Fair interview. She said, "Some people don't really know that I'm black," she said. "I've been in situations where people will say something kind of racist and I'll step in and they'll be like, 'Oh, well, you're light,' as if to excuse their racism. But there is no excuse for being racist, no matter who is around when comments are made. Sophia's skin color does not erase her identity, and if she calls someone out on their bigotry, they should listen. Making racist comments is never okay, and it isn't right to try and justify them by arguing that she's light, so it's fine." Thankfully, Sophia isn't shy about swiftly correcting people who choose to deny her identity. "That still doesn't cut it, buddy," she says. "It's 2016. You better get your shit together before you get slapped out here." Nicole Camille Escovedo was born in Berkeley, California. She is of English, Mexican, and Creole African American descent. Her biological father, Peter Michael Escovedo, is the brother of musician Sheila E. and nephew of guitarist Alejandro Escovedo, and her biological mother is Karen Moss. Nicole was adopted by legendary R&B singer Lionel Richie and his former wife, Brenda Harvey. Actress, comedian, and singer Maya Rudolph was born on July 27, 1972 in Gainesville, Florida, to singer Minnie Riperton and composer Richard Rudolph. Her mother was African American and her father is Jewish. In an interview back in 2018, Maya shared the difficulties she faced growing up as a biracial young girl without her black mother. Being the only biracial child in her predominantly white neighborhood in California, Rudolph said, "Meeting other mixed kids has always affected me. It was like part of a secret society." And of course, her father, who Rudolph describes as a pretty adorable Jew, didn't know what to do with his daughter's hair. "So much of my childhood was dealing with my hair and being super embarrassed by it, mainly because I grew up being the only mixed kid. And when Rudolph visited her black side of the family in Chicago, she didn't feel she fit in there either. I never felt like my black cousins. I felt loved, but I didn't feel culturally," she trailed off. "I was the kid that lived in California who didn't grow up around the family. I was just completely lost," she said. "My mom died when I was 7, so when you don't have a woman," she cut herself off. "First of all, hair products that exist today did not exist when I was a child. The detangling system that I use now on my children is light years beyond anything that would have ever happened to me growing up in Westwood." Rudolph would receive hair care when her black aunts came to visit. "My neighbors used to say, 'We could hear you screaming across the street.' My aunties would come to town from Chicago and get the Marcel iron out. The topic of Maya's hair was constant, with strangers saying, 'Your hair is so ethnic. Can I touch it?' No. I actually have an aversion to that word. Way more than people say they hate the word moist. I hate the word ethnic in that way. It's like they're talking about a print." Maya's hair didn't stop being the discussion when she grew up. Even when she joined the cast of Saturday Night Live, she still found that people didn't know what to do with it. My hair was natural when I started Saturday Night Live, but it was so thick to get under the wigs. She shared that she started going through the rigorous process of straightening it, including a weekly blowout appointment with the head of the hair department, her friend Jody Mancuso. The blow dry station was on the same hallway as a lot of the dudes' dressing rooms, and every effing Friday night we'd hear some effing white guy walking down the hall going, "Is something burning in here? What's burning?" I'm like, Rudolph's lips and voice tensed, and she enunciated every exasperated syllable. "I'm getting my hair done." Saul Hudson, born July 23rd, 1965, known professionally as Slash, is a British American musician who is known as the lead guitarist of the hard rock band Guns N' Roses, with whom he achieved worldwide success in the late 1980s and mid 1990s. Slash has received critical acclaim and is considered one of the greatest guitarists in history. Slash was born to an African American mother by the name of Ola Hudson, who was a costume designer for clients such as Ringo Starr, John Lennon, and David Bowie. Unfortunately, she passed away from lung cancer in 2009. But Slash credited his mother for turning him on to all different forms of art and the importance of artistic self-expression and creative communication through music and dance from as early on as he could remember. His father, Anthony Hudson, is an English artist who created album covers for musicians such as Neil Young and Joni Mitchell. Of his mixed background, Slash has remarked, "As a musician, I've always been amused that I'm both British and black, particularly because so many American musicians seem to aspire to be British, while so many British musicians in the 1960s in particular went to such great pains to be black." And that was the truth. T Squad, we have come to the end of this video. What do you think about the celebrities we covered today? Were you shocked by any of their backgrounds, and are there any other celebrities you believe should be on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.